Here to talk about Festus.
Yeah, he's not going to speak until he'll just pop in with, Festus can one-shot him.
Kyle will be like, yeah, the Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster, he went in and he mucked the Terrorgeist, and Jack would be like, excuse me, 20 rot swords? Fucks your army. What's going on, guys? Blame the double turn here. We got another podcast for you guys, episode 2. Today we're going to be talking about a few things, mainly just the AdeptiCon previews that came out this week, as well as 2 tournaments that me and the guys attended last weekend. We had Dwellers in Niagara on Saturday, and then we had our own tournament hosted by me on Sunday at ETB in Newmarket. I'm here with Franny, Kyle, and Jackie.
Hello.
Hey, dear listener.
Okay, Jackie, it's your time to talk about Festus. Go for it.
No. We don't need to hear about that.
Shit. Okay.
We unfortunately will hear about it.
Yes. All right, let's talk about the AdeptiCon previews first.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have any of our cities players here, but
yeah, 40K, stupid. 11th edition.
Oh no, we don't need to hear about that. This is Age of Sigmar podcast.
Okay.
The 40K was there, and it was stupid.
Yes.
I was like, my bedtime's 9 o'clock, and Jesus, trying to stay up past all the 40K stuff with all the technical difficulties was an insult to my soul.
Yeah.
I straight up didn't. I just looked at the 30 messages in chat that you guys sent afterwards, and I was like, I'll read all this tomorrow morning, and I'll look at all the previews then.
Yeah, it was a pretty good play-by-play. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I know right now we're looking at Spearhead, but I'm going to glaze right over that. I want to talk Cogfort because it's the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, I mean, what's important out of that is the Cogfort.
Yes.
For so many reasons. It's a super wild model. Like, this is straight out of fucking Howl's Moving Castle. Yeah. And the fact that it can be taken in every army is honestly insane. Like, I have no idea how this is going to shape up the meta. I feel like some armies it's just trash, and then other armies it's going to be fucking nuts.
Yeah, so
I think it'll really depend on the movement of it.
Yeah. I want to know how it transports rather.
From what I read on, like, they were just like rumors and leaks, but like one of them said that the models can disembark into combat. And if that's true, that's going to be insane.
Yes. Okay. Hear me out. So I'm going to get one of these things. I'm going to put goblins all over it. I'm going to ram as many squig herd as I'm allowed to inside of it. I'm going to charge it across the battlefield. I'm going to get in combat. And I'm going to shoot these squig herd out like little bomblets and fuck everybody's day up.
Jesus. All I'm hearing is Franny's going to dump a squig load all over people at tournaments.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm going to love it. It's going to be my favorite thing.
Not gonna lie though, I'm pretty excited to see like literally what you just said, putting goblins all over it. I'm super stoked to see what people convert. Like what people do up and whatnot. I've been seeing some shit on Reddit already, and like these things are gonna look crazy.
Well, even destruction armies can take it.
Anybody.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
So I think, like, okay, so hold on. Let's add a little bit of structure to this scattered talk. The actual model in terms of like the size of it, the build, looks like it'll be a nightmare to build and paint. But it looks pretty cool. And then the fact that you can take it in anything, is that a win for Cities players? Or like, if I was a Cities player, which I'm not, obviously, would you be pissed off being like, cool, we got this awesome new model. Oh, everybody can use it.
I feel like it honestly depends on the rules. Like if it's just like, if it's obviously the rules are going to be the same for every army. I guess not necessarily. Sometimes regiments of renown are different, but the basic war scroll will be the exact same. But I feel like as long as Cities has some straight up synergies with it, like in their battle traits or other war scrolls that go along with it, then I probably wouldn't be mad, because generally you're just going to have like the better unit. But then you also think about it in the sense of like that KO Regiment of Renown that came out where it was like 10 Thunderers and the Code Right. who could like teleport stuff around the board. It's like I wish I had that in my KO. Instead, I just have regular Thunderers. So who knows if it's actually going to be like that or not.
Or like
Yeah.
Palace and Toll. Aren't they better in non-cities armies?
And no, not really. Like I'd say they're just as good in cities. You have like the utility of, like I said, the battle traits. So like you're able to like deep strike Callus and Toll and then use the battle trait because Callus and Toll are human to move them and the
Right, so they
companions
move them,
both
yeah.
3 inches and things like that. And then you also get to use all the battle traits. But at the
Mm,
same time, the ROR for Callus and Toll is obviously insane.
yeah,
Or was. We don't really see it much anymore.
it's everywhere.
Thank God.
I kind of have thoughts about it. Like, you know, as much as I say, okay, I would love it for goblins and gem squigs and all of that. What I don't want this to be another Callus and Toll situation where every army that can take it must take it because it's so meta relevant.
Yeah, I definitely do not want that.
Yeah,
And everybody has to go buy one if they want to be competitive.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like back in 40K when Knights first came out, you could like slot Knights into every like good army essentially. So everyone was doing that, and it was like the most obnoxious shit ever. So I really hope it's not that case.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
Like when you think about it, though, we've been able to slot Mega Gargants into a lot of armies with the. I think it's like most armies can take that Mega Gargant, right?
Every army gets one of the Mega Gargant. Like
Yeah,
every
so I feel like-
faction, sorry,
Yeah.
Grand Alliance has a Mega Gargant that's associated.
Yeah, so I feel then like you never see that shit. So who knows?
It's
Maybe. Well, I guess we'll have to wait to see the rules, honestly, and especially the point value.
yeah.
I like the idea of it though for like Fire Slayers. You know, if it's a transport thing, one of Fire Slayer's biggest
Mm,
challenges and why nobody plays them right now is because they have no movement. And so if this is going to move like 8 inches, 10 inches, or something like that, and it's going to be a transport mechanism on top of artillery, I could see it fitting into Fire Slayers really easily.
yeah, for sure. I agree. The kind of perspective I have on it, like going back to like the business marketing kind of side of it from GW, like if they do this right, meaning the way we don't want it, they will print fistfuls of money with this thing if they make it hyper, you know, meta relevant. And that's what worries me a little bit because from a business side, like if they make everybody want this damn thing, everybody that plays competitive is going to have to go buy it. Just like you said, Kyle, like this might be the fix for any slow army like Fire Slayers, Nurgle, anything that their weakness is, you know, just being slow as hell. Pop it in this, and then you're ready to go.
So, in the preview anywhere, did it mention how many things can be transported in it? Because when we were just looking at that photo, it shows 10 Chaos Marauders beside it, and I feel like I read somewhere that it's going to be 10 models can be transported in it.
So all I can see from the preview right now is it says enough internal space to carry a unit of infantry into battle.
So you either get the giant cannon with the other guns, or you get the flamethrower and transportation.
Yeah.
I think that's what it just said at the top.
Yeah. I was looking to see they have a little asterisk about it, but it doesn't actually add relevant information.
Well, I think we've talked about the Cogfort enough anyway. We can scroll down to the other units.
Yeah, actually, City's got a lot of cool things.
They did, yeah, because their book is going to be coming up next, right? And like,
Yeah.
it's obviously we're just getting a bunch of new human stuff because they're going to be losing a ton of stuff in their battle tome, like all the elf, all the dwarf units. So, got to fill some space.
I find it interesting. They're actually getting like a lot of wizard support. It seems like.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to jump into the wizard models then? Because
Yeah.
those are cool as shit.
Yeah, they're super cool. I wasn't expecting.
That's all I have to say about it. They're cool.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to get like a death kind of wizard. What's the name of this fucking thing?
Nell wizard.
Yeah, Amethyst Nell Mage, pretty cool. And then we've got the kind of pyromancer mage, pyrocaster even. Have we heard much about these things other than they look cool as hell?
No, we haven't heard
The
anything about
the only thing we heard during the preview was that the fire wizard is going to have his like a unique spell
Mhm.
that each time he casts it on the same unit, it's going to have increased effect.
them.
So
Oh,
like
cool.
essentially he's going to set a unit on fire, and then it'll probably be like D3 damage. And then the second time is D3 plus 1. Something
Interesting.
underwhelming, but so cool.
Yeah, I take it.
And what's the other wizard? Is that like a fucking necromancer or a death wizard? Death wizard.
Yeah,
It's got a scythe.
Yeah.
Scythe and a fucking thing
like a
coming
death
out of
wizard.
a bottle or a candle.
yeah, little kid.
It's very similar to the old Empire. They used to have a box set that was 2 wizards, and you could customize them to each specific lore. So there was like light, death, shadow, fire, all that. And this looks exactly like that. It literally looks like a fire mage and a death mage.
Yeah, I think that
I
literally
think that's
is
exactly what
it
they're
is.
going for.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I dig them a lot. I'm a big fan. I had no interest in cities before. Now it's like, you know what? They look pretty cool. They have a lot of cool stuff. But like, I know we're talking Cogfort and the wizards are cool, but like the next thing, the gate gargants, look so sick.
Yeah. Do we know the
Yeah,
size
those
of
are
these?
cool.
Like, are these literally gargant size?
I don't know. I don't think they're gonna be mega gargant size, but like this is just me guessing. They look like baby gargant size.
Those humans
I
are
think they're going to be somewhere in between. I bet you they're going to be the same height with the little rocket dudes on top. He's
Mhm.
going to be the same height as a regular gargant.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, so you think it's gonna be like Man Crusher sized plus the tower on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Or maybe
seems
a
to
little bit
track.
bigger.
But I just like the idea of them. Like, it seems like there's kind of 2 ways that they're looking to play cities, and this way really supports that like castle up, come and fuck me up or try to fuck me up theme. Like literally being like castle gates is so cool, and then sticking what looks like, I don't know, machine gun artillery on top looks so
Like these
good.
Gatling guns.
Yeah.
Are these like these gargants sit at the gates of the castle holding those doors, or do you think they like have those going into battle?
Great question. I don't know, but I do see
Like,
on
is that
the
a lore
model.
question?
Yeah.
Yeah, lore question. Like this dude also, when you look at his belt, he's like nailed to the ground,
Yeah.
chained to the ground.
Yeah. I actually, that's
What a
interesting.
Oh,
life.
yeah.
God
Oh,
damn.
cool.
Oh, and it's a man and a woman. I just noticed that too.
Oh my god, Lady Gargant's confirmed. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if the like stake in the ground thing is actually going to be like rules relevant, or if these things
would
are
assume
actually going to.
so.
Yeah. Right. Like that seems
Just
pretty
because
intentional.
what is it? Both Ironwealth Great Cannons and Fusiliers both have an ability where if they don't move, they get the rend reduction.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's pretty
totally fair.
pretty likely. I actually think the Hulk, the War Hulk or whatever it's called, also gets that rule. So they probably get it as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. I
Well,
mean,
and that also leans into the whole like moving castle
Mhm.
idea
yeah,
that Brandon was
100%.
just talking about.
I dig it. They're super cool. I feel like these are going to be like annoying to deal with unless there is like a negative impact if they move, but at the same time, they're going to look so cool on the table. So look forward to seeing it as much as they're going to fuck me up probably.
Shit, they got
3 up 8 gargants. They've got a shield. Therefore, they're
Oh,
better
dear God.
saved, right?
Oh my god.
But we also have cities got their terrain piece that also looks really cool, and I think also supports the kind of castle up play style, because from the preview they were saying as long as you're kind of gathered around it, you'll get bonuses. So I'm assuming this doesn't look like it's gonna move, I would assume. So another kind of way to castle up, kind of protect yourself and reap the buffs that it'll give.
Straight up Shrine to Talos looking piece of terrain. This thing's so cool.
Yeah, I dig it.
You say Shrine to Talos? Like
I did.
Skyrim?
Yeah.
Now I like it. I didn't a minute ago. Now I do.
It literally looks like a shrine to Talos.
Yeah, I dig it.
I hope all that scripture is already on the model.
Oh my
If not,
god.
R.I.P. Steven. Good luck.
I look forward to seeing him try to write something. Anything. Literally anything. That would be great.
Steven's gonna roll into battle with a fucking 100 mil base and some stupid thing on top of it and be like, "This is my shrine."
Hey,
I mean, isn't that the ETB way?
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh shit.
A giant pie plate with masking tape.
It says Archaon.
That says Archaeon.
Okay, cool. So this is like just a new character, name character. Jorvin
Yeah.
Creel, heir of the Kraken.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
They just made him sound like a duelist kind of skirmisher. I dig it. Looks kind of cool.
Nice. That's sick.
Another
Oh my god, hell
priest.
yeah, War Priest. So good. Like, I just hope he's actually good in combat.
Warding off
Give him a
damage.
nice 3 damage hammer.
Yeah, another model that seems like it's good for castling. They keep calling out in the flavor text that he's good for warding off damage. So I wonder if he'll get something similar to the Cruel Gas.
Yes, I bet you he's going to be a cruciator for cities.
Yeah, negate the first point of damage per phase per turn, or per unit per phase rather. Probably. It seems like they're giving quite a few models that kind of rule. So I wouldn't be shocked. Obviously speculation, but
That was probably my second favorite model of this release.
The War Priest.
Yeah, he's first. When I first started playing Warhammer Fantasy, I was so obsessed with the War Priest that they had.
He's really
the
cool.
Empire had.
I get it. Cities looks like they're getting a whole lot. Like even
Yeah,
heavy infantry with the gallants look great.
Those dudes are so sick.
Yeah.
That dude's got fucking Morning Star or Flail, whatever those are called.
Yeah. Again, the flavor text seems like Castle receiving charges with masterful blade work and steely grit. So maybe like an anti-charge or something. Big ol' shields. I like it. And then the
the Grenadiers.
Yes. So cool. And these ones, the flavor text seems more offensive. So it looks like they're getting a lot of tools that maybe they needed.
Notably, like the squad, I can't tell if it's going to be like a mixed arms squad or if it's going to be like you get 2 upgrades kind of thing, because there's like a sniper, a grenade launcher, a flamethrower, and then a bunch of dudes with like halberds or
I never noticed
the nightmare of old Thunderers.
Oh my god, no, we don't need that again, for the love of God.
Right, where everything has a different friggin' profile. And
here's my 4 profiles in my 10-man unit. Let me roll 80 dice real quick, one at a time.
Gross.
Yeah, that'd be awful.
Make Mark Panda lose his mind over the 2D2 Immortals.
Love it. Then Battletome GW doing GW things for this edition. Pick an infantry unit, slap it on the front, make it look badass. Dig it.
Pontifex gets her own spearhead.
Yeah, that looks
cool. Sorry, hold on. Before we go on, back to that like mixed arms unit, Grenadiers. What do you guys think about, like, imagine, because realistically, we're in a spam era right now. If they're good, painting 40 of those, like with that much detail, like it seems like a nightmare to me. And I hate Fire Slayers for the fact that everything is this one singular pose. I feel like we're going so far the other direction. Like, is that, in your guys' opinion, like, detract from this, or is it worth it?
I think it's a good thing. I definitely want more dynamic poses. I don't want like fucking Volkite berserkers. I do not want that for anybody, man. Like,
that is fair, but honestly, like from a painting perspective, I'm kind of on the fence of, dear God, these are going to take me forever, because I like picking out every detail. I'm kind of glad I don't play. Yeah, speed paint, but like they got a belt, they've got a chain on their belt, they've got 7 ropes. Hey, there's a skull on that guy's base. Like, there's so much shit.
Yeah, God, these models look unreal.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They remind me of the Praetors from Stormcast, but actually good looking.
They are nice. I'll give them that.
What's this set? The set is Grenadiers, the new character, the Gallants, and the Priest. Damn, yeah, that's a really good set.
Oh,
Just
this
all the new
is
shit.
yeah. This is for the Spearhead, the new Spearhead box, where it's the Skaven
Okay.
versus the cities. Yeah, that's a good Spearhead
Right,
actually.
Clan Eshin. Yeah.
Yeah, looks pretty great. So they're getting 2 new Spearheads. They're getting the one with all the new stuff, and then they're getting Zenestra's Zealots. Looks also fine.
Zenestra. What is it? Zenestra, Steel Helms, and Free Guild Command Corps. Man, I wonder what they're gonna do to the Command Corps
I
in
hope
the
they
new
neuter
battle
them.
tome. There's so many things you could do that. Anyway.
Yeah, ROR seems cool. I was looking at it. I was looking at it earlier. It seems like they're like manifestation hunters. So that sounds cool too.
Hell yeah. All right, we want to quickly look at the Clan Ashen stuff that's coming out, and then we can hop to tournament talk.
Let's see. We'll go up here.
At the top there.
Yeah. We'll go here.
Yep.
Talking about the new box. Actually, honestly, just real quick, the Spearhead board in the terrain is probably the most appealing out of any of the Spearheads so far. It looks so cool. Like you're actually in like a city square that's like under warfare. Looks really good.
Yeah, I agree. The map does look really good. I really like the Spearhead terrain. I loved the Gur one. Gur? Yeah, Gur. Like where the Gorgers and I forget the other one. What, Wildecorp Hunters? That's what they were. Anyway, on to Skaven. Look at that Death Master. My god. That dude is fucking unreal looking.
Yeah, so I don't understand. Is this a remake of an old model, or is this something completely new? I don't know much about Skaven.
I think it's a remake of an old model. Oh no, that's a named character.
Yeah.
Cripsit.
Looks good.
Yo, triple X in his, no, double X in his name, okay.
That'd be crazy.
So the Death Master leading 10 gutter runners. So gutter runners, obviously, they needed a new model considering theirs is from the literal 90s. They got gutter runners and night runners. Oh my god, those models are going to be so fucking sick. I'm definitely getting some.
Yeah.
Oh, look at these dudes. Look at that. Look at those goggles that motherfucker has.
Yeah, these look sweet.
Oh.
Assassin rats? Oh my god, that rat has a bomb on it.
Fuck, yes.
Okay, I like that. Skaven's pretty neat.
Fuck, Steven, I'm getting these.
The Night Runners, I guess, update also looks pretty great.
Yeah, again, these were from the 90s. The gutter runners, one of them, there's gutter and night. One of them used to be metal and came in a 4-man blister pack, and the other ones came in like a 28 or 24-man box, and were just chonky rat boys. It was crazy. They borderline looked like Seraphon.
Ew. Okay. Oh, okay. Night Runners. They are sold on me. They have freaking shurikens.
Yep.
That's it.
Right now they're like crit mortals, and they get like a pre-game move. They're actually a really good unit right now.
Yeah, they seem great. And then we just kind of go back into city stuff that we've already talked about.
So we can get on to tournament talk then.
Yeah, overall, I actually think those were some really interesting reveals. I was expecting more. I was at least expecting maybe a roadmap for what's coming after cities.
For that as well.
But
I think the big 11th edition. Yeah, it was like kind of, they had a lot to go over because they also have their 11th edition for 40k that's coming out in June. So
yeah, that's fine, I guess.
But whatever. All we know is that they're trying to cram all the battle tomes before the end of the year.
I mean, at the speed that they're doing it, I mean, it makes sense. We've got 3 in like the last 2 months, so I'm here for it.
Just a handful more.
Give me lizards.
Very last.
Probably. Let's jump into dwellers first. I'll pull up Kyle's list right now. We can talk about that since it seemed that's Connor. That's not Kyle.
Kyle's and mine take like 20 seconds to talk about each.
Yeah. All right, Kyle.
How dare you? My list is beautiful, unique, and complicated all at the same time. It's 5 Bloodthirsters. With
Tell us about the
Scarbrand.
name,
What?
the list name.
Oh, yeah, it's Josh Sucked version 2. There wasn't a version 1. I just wanted it to seem like, I didn't immediately come to this list. The only reason I made that is because I was talking to Josh Akins, who we all love but hate to his face, about his list, and it ended up being the exact same as mine. So I needed to call him out. And then he went 3-0 and he got his first 3-0 with Baleful Lord. So I also needed to respond in kind.
For sure.
And
That
boy,
makes
did you
sense.
ever. All right, tell us your list. Kyle.
Yeah, it's literally 5 Bloodthirsters. Scarbrand's a general, Wrath of Corn with no healing aura, 2 Unfettereds, and an Insensate with the extra attack. It's super straightforward. You run in and pop the extra attack and hope Scarbrand's in range, because the extra attack bubble also affects Scarbrand.
Yeah.
And then
Run
you
in,
kill.
murder, and then you just murder.
Drop it.
Everything dies, right?
More or less.
All right, on to the next list.
Okay, Connor, hit us with yours.
This is not my list. It's well, it is. I was using it. It's Sean Burrow's list. Burrow. It's a Blade of Corn, the lesser version than Kyle's. But the other AOR, I'm using the Gore Chosen AOR, and it was literally just 16 models, all characters. It was a Mighty Lord of Corn, the Blood Secrator, 2 Deathbringers, Realm Gore Ritualist, 3 Skull Grinders, 2 Deathbringers and a Skull Grinder. It's all Deathbringers, 4 Skull Grinders, and a couple other characters. It's pretty much just I sit there on objectives and make you come to me, and then I have like a fight first bubble. It's quite obnoxious if you have never played against the army, and it's pain in the ass to pilot, but I actually loved playing it.
Yeah, it seems overwhelming, and I'm glad I've still dodged playing into this when you've played it and when Sean's played it. Jackie, are you there? You want to take us through your Nurgle?
Yeah, sure. I'm running Taliban with 3 big blobs of infantry. One is the Pestigores, the other is the Rot Swords, and the other is the Blight Kings. And I brought Horticulus to try to bring another tree to give a 5-up ward aura to both sides of the map. It's really like a stack check army, so if you don't have enough damage, you'll just get grinded down, diseased, and like withered down and lose. Like it's easily outmaneuvered in like 6 objective missions.
Yeah, totally fair. And I'll run through my Night Haunt list real quick. Running Deathstalkers for the movement phase. Pick 1 unit, retreat, run, charge, or not run, just charge and shoot. Running Restless Energy, Scouting Force. Lady O's my general. She's so hard to kill. I put her on a point and she usually just lives. Or I charge her into a big block of enemies and she usually just lives. Soggy Black Coach, 2 units of Pyregeists, unit of Dreadblade Harrows, Cruciator for the damage reduction aura, Chain Gas because they're 90 points and I can use them for scouting or the +1 to hit bubble. Reinforced unit of Bladegeists for like the ultimate tar pit, and then a reinforced unit of Chain Rasps for a slightly less good tar pit unit. But yeah, pretty standard for what I usually run. But we can kind of get into how the tournament ran. How do we wanna go through it? Who wants to go first?
How many people was it? Was it 18 people?
It was. Let me take a look. Yeah, 18 people.
Well, when we walked into the event that morning, it was like 8:30 in the morning. We walked into Mecca Games where it was being held in St. Catharines, and as soon as we walked into the building, Franny booked it to the used items corner and bought himself a giant horde of goblins.
Yes. Okay. You know what, Connor? I'm so glad you brought this up because as we're going to get into, I actually did pretty shit at the tournament, but I still won the day because I got like 18 of the Snarlpack Cavalry, 4 of the Sunsteel Wheelas, and a whole bunch of other just miscellaneous goblins for like $200. So
Yeah, it was
I,
crazy.
I grabbed them and I bought them so quick. And after that, I was like, whatever happens is just gravy on top of this.
Yeah. But the event was held by Josh, and it was run super well as always. The terrain was all like very symmetrical, and never had any issues in any of my games with terrain. I'm sure no one else did as well.
Nope.
I'll just tell you guys about my games. I played against new OBR round 1, and honestly, for the most part, my games are like not really great to talk about because it goes back to what Sean mentioned in a previous talk that we had with him and like even myself during all my practice games. If you don't know this army, it's very difficult to figure out how you need to be allocating attacks. And if you mess up when allocating attacks against this army, it screws you up because you leave a model on 1 wound or you do nowhere near enough damage, and like I just hit you back so hard. So the OBR game was just like it was over really fast. And my round 2 is against Yuri. Yuri is using Maggotkin, kind of a similar list to Jackie's. I do like Jackie's list more. But we played on a 6 objective mission. I feel like 8 times out of 10 Yuri stomps that list with Maggotkin, or just like most Maggotkin players. But I had a nice advantage being on a 6 objective map, given that Yuri's so slow, and I can just like kind of outscore and make him come to me, which usually, like Jackie knows, with rot swords, you don't want to be charging. You want to get charged. And that's what my army wants as well. So I can just like sit and outwait. And that's what I did with Yuri. And I won by like, I don't know, 7 or 5 points. It was like an insanely close game. And then my last game was against fucking Techless. And what my army does not like is Mortal Wounds. And we were playing on, I think it was Roiling Roots, where you get not much obscuring except in the corners of the map, even with like utilizing place of powers. So if I wanted to score a pair or more, or my battle tactic Wrathful, or attuned my other battle tactic, I had to go in the center of the goddamn board, unobscured. And then Sveti, who was piloting the Techless army, was just like, nice, searing white light all your characters, rune of petrification all the other characters, and just like exploded my army. I lost by like 20 points or something like that. It was a very brutal game. I killed a lot of his army, but he killed all of mine.
Yeah.
So I went 2-1. It's okay.
Fair enough.
I enjoyed playing the army though.
Yeah, I can jump into my games too, real quick too, because they were also not super eventful. I don't get out to Dwellers a whole bunch, so all of my games are at least into new people. So I got to meet 3 great players. First was John Enns. He was playing Soulblight Gravelords, but with like a really interesting twist. He brought the OBR ROR with the catapult, the Mortec crawler. I had never seen that ROR anywhere or in any other list, but it was pretty cool. Other than that, he was running Neferata, 2 units, or maybe 1 unit. 1 unit of True Blades, Skeletons, Vordry, 2 units of Vardgeist, and a Vengo Lord. And this was a really fun game. We just kind of met in the middle and tar pitted it out until round 5. It was really close. There were quite a few moments where it could have swung one way or the other, but he ended up just kind of breaking away a couple of his units from my tar pit and scored just a little bit better than me. We ended that game 54-58 for John. Second game for me was into somebody else that I had never played, Chris Coote. He was playing Skaven. Now, this was actually Chris's first tournament. I found out. I found he played really good. Like I said, Skaven. He seemed like he was running a like pretty melee focused army. Rat ogres, storm fiends, like 2 units reinforced of rat ogres and a brood terror. I had the advantage of this game because it was 6 objectives. Normally, Skaven does really well on 6 objectives, but I kind of learned how to screen out knotholes and trying to, like, I figured out how to, negate the efficiency of the knotholes too, which was great. So I just had the board presence I needed, and Night Haunt did Night Haunt stuff in terms of soaking up a bunch of damage. So I came out on top of that one, 70 to 52. And then my last game was into Matt Roy with his feck, and his feck looked amazing. He wasn't running a bunch of Terrageists, which, I feel like we either see a bunch of Serfs or a bunch of Terrageists when it comes to feck. So he was using the Royal Hunt with Oosh, reinforced unit of Crypt Ghouls, reinforced Crypt Guard, the Royal Zombie Dragon, and then the Ghoul King on Terrageist, and then a couple Beast Flares. But then my Kryptonite, which is Felgrin. This game was super, super close. The problem I really had was Felgrin sitting in his throne and basically having an 18-inch aura of "fuck you, Night Haunt," or taking away my wards. So that was my kryptonite this game. I was able to get Scouting 1. Scouting 2 was so hard. I kept trying to get it. Same with Restless, but I had to be in his zone to score those. And anytime I was in his zone, he just took away my wards and ripped apart the unit that was there. But incredibly close game. We tied 57-57, but he actually got 3 battle tactics to my 2 battle tactics. So he went ahead with a minor victory there. But really great game. Really great opponent. There was a lot of yelling on both sides because it kept swinging back and forth. But yeah, I ended up going 1 and 2. Not my best showing, but still had a blast. But we can either go into Kyle or Jackie, whoever feels up to it.
Yeah, I can do mine. It'll take away from Jackie's because spoiler, we played round 2. But round 1, I was against Matthias, and everyone knows when you get paired into Matthias, you're gonna have a great game. It's just gonna be fun no matter what happens. He was playing Luminath, and he took the first turn, and then I got to double him. And when you get to double someone with Baleful Lords, it's devastating. Um, and with all of my attacks being Ren 2, and him not being able to get some cadence on putting up the new runes to give him some better save stacking and wards and things like that, I was able to just kind of rip through it. So it was pretty vicious, but that game went very well for me, and it ended up being 75-14. Round 2 was against Jackie Dye. So Jackie and I were doing a lot of smack talk prior to the tournament, because anybody who knows Jackie, and Jackie's going to chime in any second now saying that Festus can one-shot someone, knows that we banter. So he was going on about how rod swords are going to wreck my army, and Connor was obviously involved in those conversations. So in our game, Jackie got first turn because we were both 5 drops, and one of his tactics was attuned. So I put Scarbrand right on the line. He ran up his Beast of Nurgle and Nurglings to take the center for attuned, and Scarbrand, being Scarbrand, made a 13-inch countercharge, and that really hurt the cadence for Jackie. It kind of screwed him up. Then I sent my Bloodthirsters around the table and killed some Pestigors, and essentially I ignored the Rot Swords as much as possible. So by the time the game was done, I picked away all of his other units.
Don't forget to tell him about you bringing back a Bloodthirster on turn 3.
Yeah, I brought back 3 Bloodthirsters that game. So that helps. So anybody who's not familiar with Baleful Lords, you roll the amount of dice equal to the number of units killed plus the battle round. So in battle round three for battle round three, and then I think there had already been 8 units died at that point.
What?
13.
I think it was it 13.
Yeah.
I thought it was round 4 that was. I think round 3. There wasn't too many that died, but at round 4, it was like you rolled a bunch of dice. I thought it was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like 3
Round
in
three was
general.
me getting lucky with it. I think I was probably like 10 dice, and I got 8 3-ups. That's what you need to bring back a Bloodthirster. And then round 4 and 5, I was rolling like 13 and 15 dice, so it was bound to happen then. But yeah, so then I was able to bring them back, and then in the last round, I literally brought a Bloodthirster back and then ran away from what was left of Jackie's army. So it went well. Like there was a considerable amount of things that went well for me in that game for it to work, because I think normally that's not a good matchup because I need to fight and he just waits there for me to fight him. Round three, I got to play Season of War Ridge, and this was another punch counter punch. So he had a feck list with 6 bats, and he gave me the first turn, and I just moved away from him. And then he didn't really move on the second turn, or sorry, on his first turn. And then I was underdog. So essentially, I was able to trap 3 of his bats on objectives when it came into my turn, because I won the roll off going into 2, I believe. And so I trapped them there and then just started killing bats. And that's really all it came down to. And from there, it was just, it put him in a bit of a hole that he had to climb out of. The Unfettereds are really good against the bats because they can make you -1 to hit and wound. I don't think I brought back it. I brought back a Bloodthirster on the 5th round of that one.
Yeah,
But really, that was what it came down to. Sorry?
Yeah, that was I was there at the end of that game watching you play, and it didn't even matter that you brought the Bloodthirster back. It was more that you just more. I don't know if it was outplay. There wasn't like any. You guys didn't dice each other. It was a really well played game, but you just came out on top in points and killing. Your fucking Bloodthirsters just murdered those bats.
I mean, the one thing I will say about dice though is Ridge had 12 prayer points on his priest.
Oh
And he
right,
was about
yeah.
to turn off Scarbrand's ward and send 2 Terrorgeist or 2 bats into it. And he rolled a 1 on the prayer. And then he's like, well, shit, that changes my plan. So he had to kind of like tool away from that. And then the next round, he's like, okay, I've got 9 prayer points. I can do this. Rolled another 1.
Oh,
So, and it was going to be the same thing, right? He was going to turn off a Bloodthirster's ward, and that makes the fight between the Terrorgeist and a Bloodthirster much better for him, obviously. So that helped. That helped. And yeah, that led me to a 3-0 run, which I haven't done in quite some time.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
not even just 3-0, but you won. You came out on top of
Yeah, you won
everybody.
everything. The only other 3-0 was Sabetti's Lumineth, but you beat him out on battle points, and I also think opponent win percentage you beat him up on as well.
Right on.
Yeah, love it. Jackie, do we want to go through yours as well?
Sure. I'll just quickly go over my games. My first game was against a Skaven player. Taliban's pretty strong because against a lot of new players, you can tell it what it does, but they still don't deploy against it. So he deployed everything within 3 inches. I got the Proctor off and did 2d3 to every unit within 3 of that. And then he was scoring pretty much at the end of turn round 3. He had like 11 points and was not getting on the objectives. That was a straightforward win. The second game against Kyle, it was pretty devastating to get my tactic blocked on the first turn. I think that really set me behind. And in the end, it was really down to turn 5. Whoever wins that roll off could, if I won it, I could complete my tactic. But if I didn't, there was no way for me to get tactic could win. Last game I played Yuri in a mirror match. He knew I had Taliban, but he didn't deploy against it. So I got to disease.
So brutal.
And then not only that, turn 2, because his broadswords were proctor, I was able to get top of 2, and I charged into his broadswords, so that his broadswords were never able to heal off his disease. And because of that, I was able to table him at the near the end of 3 because all the disease damage I was doing.
Tabling Nurgle is crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. Okay. Yeah.
What was your last game? I actually don't remember what that was. Wait, was your last game? Wait, your last game was Yuri. Never mind. I'm done. Ignore me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yuri played our other ETB member, Matt Jackson, round 1, then me round 2, then Jackie round 3. So fucking good.
Love that.
And yeah, so at the end of it, it was first place was our own Kyle. He took the glory for us and himself after not, I think the last tournament you were in. When was the last tournament you actually were in? Was that like last year?
No, it was crit.
Oh yeah.
I've done 3 tournaments this year. I got 4th, and now 1st.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you went to January crit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Nice, that's sick though. But yeah, so Kyle came first with 3-0. Sabetti came second with 3-0, and then Robert Johnson with Disciples of Zinch went 2-1, and he came third.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, Zinch. Ooh, Zinch is calling.
Oh man,
Soon.
you're gonna love them. I fucking love that army, man. Yeah, and then on the next day, Sunday, we all woke up and went to our local game store, Enter the Battlefield, and I hosted a. How many people was it? It was 16.
So it was initially 18, and then we had 2 people drop day of. So yeah, 16.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a 16-man tournament. Super great day. It was lovely seeing everybody. I was technically a player, but I didn't really play my games. I kind of just powered through them so I could like supervise all the games and make sure everything was going accordingly. I took my same list, Sean's list, to that event. Franny took his Night Haunt, same thing. Jackie, I think Jackie might have changed like an artifact for his list, but other than that, it was the exact same. And then Matt Jackson also was there and took the same list he always takes.
Yes.
So we don't need to talk about my games. So if you guys want to talk about your games, you can go for it.
Yeah, sure. I'll jump into mine first. So I obviously play at ETB all the time, but I also got lucky and I got to play 2 new players, 2 people that I've been super friendly with for a long time. So that was really great. The first game I had was into Adrian Harris and his big beefy ogres. Awesome game. He was running a butcher, unit of Noblars, reinforced iron guts, reinforced gluttons, and then the maw pack, I guess the Gorger maw pack that come in on the board edge. This was a really crazy game. So I always underestimate the amount of output ogres can throw out there, and I also always underestimate how damn fast they are. I gave him first, and he didn't go full send turn 1, but he positioned in a way that I knew turn 2 everything was going to be in my face. So I did what I do with Night Haunt, and that was try to spread him out as much as I could. I castled up in the middle. I threw 2 units of Pyregeist, one on the left side, one on the right side, in hopes that, he would split up his firepower a bit. That is what ended up happening, thankfully. He sent a big number of his. Which ones are the armored ones? Gluttons or Iron Guts? Iron Guts, I'm assuming, right?
Iron Guts, yeah. It's the 8-man unit that run 2-3 down.
Yeah, so he had to send out his big reinforced unit of Iron Guts to deal with the Pyregeist I had sent out there, or else they were just going to keep scoring all game. But that took a big portion of his output out of his initial charge into me. I'm trying to think of key moments, but we ended up running to time with this game. We ended up, I think, only making it to bottom of 3 We were using a clock, so thankfully everything felt pretty fair, and we did get a lunch, which is great. But yeah, tons of output there. I was able to tank it, but then just kind of pulled away on. I didn't pull away on points actually. We tied 37-37, but I was able to get more tactics than him. I think it was 2 tactics to 4 tactics. So I came out with a minor on that. My second game was into Gary. If anybody listening doesn't know Gary, Gary is probably the best painter I've ever seen, at least. He's incredible. His basing is awesome. And he actually, most of my Night Haunt was bought from Gary. So it was only fitting that they ended up playing him on the other end of the table. He was playing Nurgle, new Nurgle, but he was running Glotkin and the Guo, um, which is pretty imposing just seeing on the other end of the table. They ended up kind of staying in the back for most of the game. Again, we timed out bottom of 3 just because I think there was just so many new things for Gary and new Nurgle. We ended up timing out again. But that was great. Nurgle did Nurgle stuff. They sat on points, and it was super hard to move them. So I had to just try to outmaneuver, score my own points, kind of play my own game while I tied up his stuff with ghosts. I ended up taking that 48-45. It was very close. If we ended up going to bottom of 5, I'm not sure how we would have ended up there. I was starting to lose some things, but I don't know. With Night Haunt, it's hard to tell because I'm just so hypermobile. And even with a few ghosts, I still count for a lot of OC on objectives. So, great game. It was nice to finally play Gary and look at his like really pretty painted models there. My last game was into our very own Matt Jackson. We play a ton of games into each other, so we kind of knew what we were getting into. But it felt like there was more stakes on the table because we were both playing for 3-0. So that was actually really cool to kind of get into like a pretty competitive game with Matt. Usually our games are super chill, and again, super chill, but like I don't know, you could feel the stakes on it, which was great. Matt was playing slaves with his self-imposed like cowards dark oath list. He's running Be'lakor, reinforced chosen furies, reinforced knights, his chieftain, builder fiend, and a reinforced unit of marauders. This was on, I think it's passing seasons, where it's 4 objectives and you kind of half of them turn on, half of them turn off. And as Night Haunt, I really like that mission because I'm just so hypermobile. I can teleport a unit for a CP, and then I have my Dreadblade that can kind of zip all over the place. Um, had this been another mission, I think Matt probably would have taken it, but I just had the mobility to go back, steal objectives, and kind of play my own game. I don't think we really engaged each other very much until turn 3 because we were just kind of rotating across the map and playing the mission. But yeah, this was a super good game. It felt really good on both ends. I ended up taking it with 10 points. It was 50-40. I think the defining moment there was turn 4 or turn 5. I utilized Lady O to do her biggest thing, which was stand on a point and have anything try to kill her. So he had his full unit of knights, and she just kind of soaked it all the damage. And he wasn't able to take that point back from me, which stopped the battle tactic, which stopped 5 points on primary. So yeah, that was great. I think that was the defining point of that match for sure. But yeah, I ended up going 3-0 there, which is only the second time I've ever done that. So that felt really good. And I came second overall. But Jackie came first. Jackie, do you want to talk about your games?
Yeah. I can't remember the first opponent I played in the tournament actually. Uh, we can pull that
Matt
up.
G.
Oh yes, I guess Hash it. That one was It was okay. I pushed really far into his territory, and it didn't. It took him until turn 5 to clear most of my units, but he wasn't able to score very high, so I ended up taking it. The second game, I was against Steven from ETB, and I remember
Get ready.
I remember he dropped his uh, Storm Fiends onto the Pestigores because I had the 5-up ward up. He only killed 10 with the shooting and charges, and I was able to kill 1 or 2 back. And getting the turn next turn, I kill all the Storm Fiends. And what really turned it around was his Vermin Lord. First, he killed the Harbinger of Decay in one shot, and then he teleported onto my Lord of Blights. But he did choose to attack there first, and the Lord of Blights had 3 damage each attacks and just popped them. And after Vermin Lord died, he wasn't able to score.
Wait, was the Vermin Lord at full health and got killed by your Lord of Blight?
No, it was like 8 wounds left or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And he got popped.
Still pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say his claims that Festus can one shot everything are now seeming much more real.
Last game was against Dylan. Yes, that game was actually very close, surprisingly, because I got the uh, Proctor and the Taliban off on all his dragons in turn 1, even though I told him about the.
Oh my god!
Right, so all his dragons took like 5 damage in the first turn. He managed on the second turn to make 3 big charges and slam into my Blood Kings with 3 dragons and kill them all. But he was losing a dragon every turn to my Rot Sword, so he kept charging 1 dragon at a time. And then by the end of 4, I think I killed every dragon, and it was just Lushwan left. And then it died to the Rot Swords, and I ended up taking it. I think if he ignored the Rot Swords altogether and just went around and attacked my heroes and the Pestigores and stuff, it would have been a lot better than losing a dragon and turn to the Rot Swords.
Fair enough.
People, anyone who's listening to this, if your opponent is playing Taliban of Nurgle, always, whenever you play a Nurgle player, be like, what formation are you? If they say Taliban, everything is 3 inches apart. Do not deploy units within 3 of each other.
Yeah, I feel like it's a rite of passage though into New Nurgle. I feel like I know I fucked up so hard. I feel like you make that mistake once and then you learn.
It's one of those ones where it's like your opponent explains it to you, and you're like, yeah, okay, like maybe I'll take D3 damage, no big deal. And then you realize that 7 of your units are diseased, and you're just going to take 7 rallies to get it all back. And by the time that happens, you're in combat with Nurgle and getting more disease.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
just too much.
It's rough.
At the end of the day, though, we had Jackie come in first. So that's 2 tournaments in a row where ETB took it. So that's fucking awesome. Franny came second as the other 3-0, and then Steven with his Skaven ended up taking third, going 2-1 with his little rats.
Yeah, it was great. Great showing. Everybody there was awesome. Great tournament as always. Thanks for kind of running that there, Connor.
Yeah, my pleasure. It was. It's always better when I don't play and run a tournament. That's the way I can just focus. But I never want to buy at a tournament, so whenever there's like an odd number, I'll always just play whatever army I got on hand. Which, thankfully, to Sean, I had his Gore Chosen.
Yeah, totally fair. Well, that's pretty cool. That's wrapping up both of our tournaments. That's wrapping up AdeptiCon previews, and we'll probably throw Dylan's doc in there at some point. So there's that. Is there anything that we wanted to chat about before we wrap this up?
Sylvaneth is fucking sweet, man. Oh my god. I've got 2 games in with them now. I'm so excited for this army.
They look super good. The rules seem super fun.
Yep, they're just the overgrowth mechanic, and oh god, Fat Nut army's so good. Very excited.
Love it.
But yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. And I don't know what the next one will be about, but we'll definitely try to pump these out every other week.
Cool. Thank you.